Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are doing well. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Hi. So in this video we are going to learn about events and how to create custom events in class module. Now I'll start from basic. So I'll insert a user form to just discuss about event. So when I add any control here, so let's say if it's a text box or something like that. If I click on this, you can see that text box 1 underscore and then change. So this is that event, that is change event, and this event is declared in text box class, and we are implementing whatever we want to do in this particular class if this event triggered. Okay, so this is that event, the change event. We have multiple type of events, so let's say we can just say, okay, double click event, and then it's passing whatever input argument is there, and then we can just implement what we want to do in particular this kind of event. So basically this is the sync of that particular event, and this text box class is the raiser of that event. So text box 1 raise that particular event, and we implement whatever we want to do in this particular event cases. So let's say if it's changed, so we can just say message box text box change. Now if we just run this, if we type something, it's saying text box change. So whenever I'm typing or doing anything, then it's just saying that text box change. That means this text box class is raising event whenever I'm typing anything, and then this event get delegates to this particular class, and this implement whatever we want to do in this particular case, in this change case. So let's say I can just say, okay, this is changed, so I can just say last type chart is equals to right and text box 1 dot value. Now I can run this same thing, one character. It's saying A, B, C, backspace, but it's just finding very basic cases. So whenever I'm typing anything, it just say that okay, the last character is this one. So when we want to do masking in a text box, we can use this text box change event or something like that. So this is basically the event, this change event, and this is triggered by this text box class, and then we get that event, we get that this event is triggered, and then we do interaction based on that event. We do our validation based on that event. So we want to do the same thing. We want to create a event, this kind of event in our custom class. But before that, let's say I do have this particular text box, I do have another one, that is this one, let's say, and I do have another one, the third one. Now I have to do the same thing on each of these text boxes. So whatever change, I have to do the same particular task in any one of these text boxes. So we can use a control collection, and then we can use a class module to do this particular task. So I think I already have a video on this, so I'll just put a link for this one. So like this one, that use of collection and handling event with the class module. So it's quite long video, but how many text box? So you may watch this video. This is quite long, but you'll get the full idea. But basic idea is that I need to create a class module. Let's say text box event handler. I need to have a text box, given text box as text box. Now If I say like this, event text box as a text box, I don't get any object of this particular class. But if I say with events, now if I look at this, ms forms dot text box, now I get this text box, given text box, and then underscore that change. So whatever the text box name and then underscore and then change. Now I can do the same thing I did here. So what I'll do, I'll just say this, and it's just a text box one given text box. Now I can have an initialize event and a collection control collection as collection, set control post a new collection. Now we can create 3 objects of this text box event handler. So what I'll do, I'll say text box event handler given text box, that is going to be text box 1. So when it is set as its object, and then now I can say control collection dot add and this current handler. Now I can comment this out. Now if I run this one, if I type something, then it's saying for this particular text boxes. But if I type something in this section, it doesn't give that particular option, because I just set this one to text box 1. If I say that this is text box 2, now if I type something here, it doesn't give anything, but if I type something here, then it pop up that message. So you get the idea that okay, we can set any text boxes and then we get these similar kind of effect. So what I can do, I can just say okay, so run a loop one, 2, 3 and next counter. So what I'll do that, okay, just do this instead of loop. So I'll say mini.controls, and then this is going to be this text box and then counter and add to this. Let's try this one now. So if I type here anything, I get the message. If I type here, I get the message. If I type here, I get the message as well. So this is how we can have a control collection and which have a similar kind of validation or code for a similar event. Okay. So this is how we can listen to a particular event of an object. So if I say with event, then it gives us all the event of that particular text boxes. Okay, so if you want to add a validation of a custom class event, we need to use WithEvent keyword. Now how can we create events? So let's say I have class module, say person or people, or let's say person. Let's say I do it like this. We can create a constructor out of this. So this is how we can create the class. Now I can have an event. Let's say age changed. Now we can say increase as this. So this is not a good example of practical use cases, but you'll get the idea. Raise event and then AgeChanged this dot. So we can raise this event AgeChanged this dot age. Now I can have a class person is a person and whatever sensible name when you use in a practical scenario. We need to use WithEvents and then person as person. Okay. Now whenever I say WithEvent, I'll get this current person and I'll get this age changed. Now you can see that whatever this variable name is this prefix, and then this is that event name, this is that event signature, right? So that is age changed, new age as long. Now what we'll do, I'll just debug this, that okay, it just changed from, oh, we need to have two parameter for that, but I can just say change to new age. Now I need to showcase this one. So what I'll do, I'll create a module and driver, something like that. So test sub, I'll create a person as person equals to person dot create. I can pass my name, my as. I can have a controller, person handler, set controller new person handler, and then set the person. Current person equals to current person. Now I can say okay, current person dot increase age, let's say 1, and let's see if we get this debug line here or not. Now if I run this, you can see that age is just changed to 28. Previously it was 27, now the new age is 28. I can just call this multiple times. So 28, 29, 30, 31. So basically you can do anything you want in this particular section, but you get this call, I mean this code is triggered whenever something is changed in this section. So this is that how the event is work. So you declare the event in this particular class module. This is the event source which is raising that particular event, and this is that particular class that is syncing that event. So this is that class that implements what to do if that particular event is triggered. So basically this is the idea to have a custom event in our class module. So we need to declare the event. So public event is changed, and then you can mention the parameter name. So let's say I can just say okay, new age and old age. So old age. Now for that I need to stop that old age. So old as is equals to this dot as. Now I can pass this old as well. Can try to compile this alt dl. It's saying it doesn't match. So let me just get rid of this and current person this. Okay, so what I can do, we can just get rid of this two times. Now changed from and then old as to new as. Now if I just try to run this again, it will increase one by one. So it's saying that age is just changed from 27 to 28. Now you can just increment like this. Okay, change like this. So it's saying 27 to 28, 28 to 30 because we increased 2, 30 to 43 because we increased 13, and then 1. So 44. So basically you get the idea that we can do anything in this person handler class, like printing in this immediate window, but we can do some other part. Like, let's say you put a quantity for a particular product and you know the price, so you can just unit price, so you can just calculate that how many total amount for that particular product. So you get this basic idea. Now your thinking is the limit how to use this one. Okay, you can have multiple event for a specific class. So let's say as change, we can have some other property that okay, public event travel mode. So you can say okay, not one mode type boolean. So you can say okay, if travel mode is one or not. So now I can go in this particular person handler, and then I can say okay, we do have another event travel mode. So you can say okay, if mode type is true, that means then actually let me just so travel. You can go in this section. So if travel mode is 1, then this is box. Later. Else we are available for your assistance or something like that. We can just go in this section and I can say okay, start travel. So you can say RaiseEvent and then travel mode and then true. So you can see we are in travel, please contact later. So okay, I can have another event that another particular stuff which turn off this travel event. So let's see, start working. False. Now if I go into this section, current person dot start working, whatever actually. Now if I run this, we are in travel, please contact later. We are in available for your assistance. Whatever, you can put any code section. So you get that basic idea. Then you can have a multiple events You can raise the event from the source. You can handle that event in the sync, but with event to that particular variable, instance variable, you need to use raise event keyword and then event name and all of those parameters. So that's it for this custom event. If you have any suggestion or question, feel free to comment. If you like my video, please hit the subscribe button.